YouTube is hard. YouTube is tough. And yes, as a small, as a small creator, I'm still struggling. As many of us are. But there's some things that I picked up and I've learned along the way of doing YouTube for almost a year now that I want to talk about. I got about 15 things on my list right here that I either learned or that I've applied in the past year that I think could be helpful to you guys as well as what has been helpful to me and what I've learned. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing is you add and you subtract one piece at a time. So I did a video like this maybe about 9 months ago, and I was telling you all the things that I've kind of learned and I put together while on this YouTube journey. And the first thing that I've, learned was just like how to go about making videos and different things like that. But I've learned that you do it one piece at a time. Like literally, it could be one change to your thumbnail, it could be one change to your video. And what I mean by one change is like, okay, I'm gonna edit this way. Next time I edit it this way. Or this time I'm gonna do something with audio. Next time I'm gonna do something with audio. Or lights, or thumbnails, or flow, cadence. It's just changing one thing at a time. And then really over the course of time, you kind of figure out what works best for you, what you like, what you don't like, what flows well with your videos and different things like that. But it's not, it's not an overnight process either. That's the second thing. It's not an overnight process. So you just kind of put the pieces together one piece at a time and you just go from there. The next thing is I've noticed that my flow and my cadence has improved. I think when I edit, I space out a little bit different when I do space. I also try to take more time to explain different things. I think I script a little better now than what I did. I try not to run or ramble through my words. Sometimes I do speed through, but I try to take my time when doing certain things. So it's understanding like your flow, it's your cadence, it's figuring out pretty much making your voice sound more like your voice and not like your internet voice, if that makes sense what I'm saying. Like it's becoming more comfortable with how you talk as a person. So if you're a person that just naturally talks fast, it's kind of being okay with that. It's putting different, what I'm saying, making jokes or, showing more of your personality, and adding that to the video so that people can see who you really are. So floating cadence is another one. I would say another thing that has improved is my videos and my thumbnails. So over the past week or so, I've had a couple of different videos like do really well on my page. And I think the reason they've done well is because my topics are clear. I think it's something that is helpful, but I think I've combined a lot of similar topics, which I'll talk about later. But my videos and stuff have become, I think, a little more clear. Now, are they where I exactly want them to be? No, not necessarily, but I'm okay with it. I've seen the improvement as far as like my concepts, as far as my ideas and my thumbnails. And I also think my titles and my thumbnails are flowing together a lot more. Whether it's a video that has a thumbnail or not, I think just the concepts are gelling together a lot more. So that's another one. I would say the fourth thing is having a better direction. I think that's one thing I struggled with at first because I am a candle maker. I do make candle content as well. But I struggled because I'm like, dude, like I don't always want to make candle content. Will people like me if I don't make candle content? Will people like me if I show more of my personality? And sometimes you just don't really know. But I think me having more of a direction is like, okay, let me do talking head videos and do candle content, or let me see how people like my talking content versus my candle content. Both have done pretty well for me on my channel. But I think over time, you just figure out your direction. Like I started making just candle videos probably almost a year ago, maybe a little more than a year ago. And now I'm doing talking head videos, or I do both. But understanding that, your direction can change and that's okay. Allowing your direction to change and that's okay as well. And knowing that the videos that you start making might not be the videos that you end up making, or it might not be the videos that take off for you necessarily, and that's okay too. All right. So the next thing is, whoa, what is this? I don't even know my own writing. Create your own version. Oh, I figured it out. Trends. So I think one thing that I do, and I've noticed that I think is helpful, is kind of following trends. And when I'm saying following trends, it's not stealing somebody's idea and just recreating that verbatim, but it's recreating an idea that somebody has, but making your own version of that. That's what I was trying to read. It said create your own version. I couldn't understand what it said. My handwriting. So it's creating your own version of whatever that trend is. So a concept that I like to think of is, say that I'm writing a paper. Like we all have to write a paper for school, right? And we've all, I think, been there. And you have like a couple different topics that you can choose from, but everybody has to write a paper based on those topics. Everybody's paper is going to be a little bit different. It's the same theme, it's the same concept, but you're applying it to your life. It's the same way with trends. I think trends help because it's you're going on the flow of something that's already popular. So if people aren't necessarily used to whatever your content is, or they don't know, that kind of allows you to get into the line of something that's going on. So if, as we see on social media, a lot of people do similar videos, right? And because, a certain video does well, you can see that, okay, people like this video, they might like other videos. With social media will, I guess, push other videos that are similar to it, because we see that this one video is doing well. So I think that gives your channel another chance to kind of be active and get shown off to people. Sometimes if you just do trends, it doesn't mean that you're stealing, it doesn't mean that you're copying. It just means that you're taking an idea and you're adapting it to your own. And other people who are watching that video, you'll get suggested to similar videos like that, and your video could possibly pop up in there, or it can create traction for your page and channel. So don't sleep on trends. They are very helpful. The next thing is showing up as myself and being more comfortable as myself. Like I said before, I think I struggled because I was making candle content, and I stopped making videos for probably like 2 months because I'm like, man, I don't want to make candles all the time. Like I am a candle maker. Like I got candle supplies and stuff behind me. Like this is what I do, but I want to show more of my personality. But I think the main thing as a creator that we all struggle with is being able to show more of our personality, without feeling like we're giving too much of ourselves away, our private life and different things like that. But I think as you become more comfortable on camera, people just notice. Like they just notice when you're just more comfortable versus when you're nervous. If you're just starting to make videos, or you've been making videos for a while, you'll see the difference, or you can see the difference when you go back to other videos with how you talk, how you move, how you sit, how you stand, like, and just your comfortability on camera. So I think for me, I'm becoming a lot more comfortable on camera, and I like that about myself. I think I've always done well on camera, but for YouTube, it was different to try to like get adjusted to it and adapt. But I'm definitely becoming a lot more comfortable, and you will too. All right. So another thing that I've seen is that good content is subjective. And what I mean by that is we see all the time where videos can do well that aren't edited, or they can do well that are edited. I'm seeing, I think, a growing number of people who like more of the natural feel of content because it shows your personality. I think when we get on social media and a lot of stuff, and even YouTube for a long time, everything was so heavily edited that it was hard for people who aren't good editors or good speakers or good thumbnail makers or anything like scripters and all this to really be able to get like their foot in and make content. So I think, and for a long time, I think people thought that was bad content, but it's really subjective. Like I've seen videos that they don't have any edits and they do really well, and I see videos that do have edits and they do really well. Now I'm not saying don't edit your videos. I think it depends on what direction you want to go. Like I do think that kind of puts you in a niche kind of per se. Like it's still a kind of style of video making that it kind of, I think, puts you in, or category that it puts you in. But I still think that you should try to improve your editing and sound and audio, because ultimately I do think that just improves the quality of your video. But I say all that to say that your video can still be good and not have all those edits and different things like that. So that's okay. One of my best performing videos on my channel actually have no edits at all, and I don't even really have a thumbnail. So it's subjective. You know what I'm saying? Just start where you are and kind of go from there. Another thing is reps, man. The biggest thing that I've seen is just getting my reps in. Like that's been the most important piece of the puzzle, is really just getting my reps in. Like that's literally all it comes down to, and showing up. I think showing up is half the battle. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of people, me included, we get discouraged when our videos aren't doing what we want to do, or we run out of ideas and different things like that. And, we stop. Sometimes we'll stop making videos because it's not doing what we think or what we want it to be. And that's unfortunate, because really most of the battles really kind of just showing up and improving. There are videos that I do some days that I know I'm like, man, this video is not great. It's probably not even good, but I don't care because it's just me showing up. So sometimes I'll just throw a topic out there. I'll just throw a video out there just to see how it does. But sometimes that's just like a filler video. And I'm not saying that you need filler videos, but I am saying like sometimes it's not always about the idea, but it's the execution. Like it's just getting to the point of executing whatever your ideas are. Like even if you don't think they're great, make a video. Like I literally did a video the other day and the lighting was terrible, but I still posted it because I wanted to post it and test it. Now I realize, of course, that if I probably would have did the video lit up, it probably would have did better. But it showed me I think that it was a good video, but it could do better. So I could eventually, if I want to remix and make another version of that video, later down the line for myself, which I might do. So it's just reps and it's just showing up for real. Another thing is enjoying the process. I think for me, this has been overly enjoyable for me for the most part. I think when you're creating content, it should be something that is enjoyable for you. You should be able to, have fun doing what you're doing. It's really that simple. Like, and if you're not having fun doing what you're doing, I'm not saying that it's not work and it's not challenging at times, but you might have to like renegotiate with yourself, or, reinvestigate the process or start over or not start over, but come up with something else to make you enjoy the process. I think for me, the reason why I stay in so long is just because I like doing it. Like, I like making videos. That's really what it comes down to. Even if it's like me talking to myself, I like making videos and I like getting ideas off my head that people wouldn't, normally gravitate to. I think that's super dope to just try stuff and see which, videos or which version of the videos do well and not so much do it for other people, but do it for myself. So finding ways to enjoy the process. Another thing that I've changed, and I think it's kind of helped my channel, but it's not necessary, is posting every day. So before I would post like maybe, twice a week, maybe once a week. And I can't say that I've seen considerate growth between the two. I do think that the growth that has happened has not been in subscribers, but it has been in my ability to grow as a creator. I think the only thing that my me making videos every day has done is allowed me to be consistent, but then two has allowed me to improve my idea of what I want for my videos. If you could do that posting twice a week or once a week, that's fine. I think for me, a lot of times I just be anxious and I'm like, man, I need to post something. I haven't posted anything today. So I think for me, that's where me posting one time a day comes from, is anxiety, right? But I think it's also more so just being able to, I don't know, just try different things. Like, it's to challenge myself. Can I do one video a day? And I don't expect, every video to hit, but I think it's also giving me more opportunities to hit on something than miss. So you don't have to post every day. I do now. When I first made my first video, which I'll probably post below, I was like, I'm not going to post every day. I didn't see myself doing it. But now I do it. And it's kind of a challenge, but it's also fun to see how fast I can come up with an idea, how fast I can make a video. And I think it's allowing me to improve at video making a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying? A lot faster. Another thing that I'm learning, and I've seen this earlier in the video, is having multiple videos of a similar like style or niche. And the reason why I say that is because when one video takes, it'll allow people to have bingeable content. So when I watch certain YouTubers, videos that I watch, I often try to like think about what makes me watch these people. What do I get from them that makes me say, "Ooh, I want to continue to watch them?" And I think it's because they have similar videos about the first topic that I watch. So if it's a video that shows up on my For You page and it's, fed to me, obviously because of stuff that I like to watch, and I'm going down their YouTube page, it's because I'm seeing other topics that are similar to the first topic that I first seen. So I would say when you make videos that are similar to what you're already making. And it could be like similar themes, same concept, not just the same style. But if you're doing like YouTube help videos, do a couple of them in a row. If you're doing like vlogs, maybe do a couple of those in a row. If you're doing, you know, growth tips, maybe do a couple of those. Editing tips, do a couple of those. So that way people can kind of binge watch certain content from you. And I think that'll help increase your watch hours. At least that's what I feel like it's doing for me. Because the last couple of videos I posted, they've been similar topics. And I think it's allowed them to do well because I'm posting some of the same stuff. So, make videos that are similar. You don't got to do it all the time forever, but just like make different versions of the same idea. I think ultimately, I'm sorry this video is so long, but I think ultimately I'm satisfied with the growth that I made. even though I'm still struggling as a YouTuber and a small YouTube channel. You know, if you're here toward the end, first off, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, or just drop a thumbs up. I appreciate it. I'm satisfied with my growth. I'm not where I would want to be or I hope to be, obviously, but I have improved. And I think that's the main thing. Seeing your growth and seeing the improvement that I made. And I'll probably do another update around the year mark, but seeing the improvement that I made over like the last 10 months, it's encouraging to me because it's like, okay, you're not doing it for nothing. You know what I'm saying? There is growth. It might not be in the numbers, which I made a video before about, why success feels slow. It might not be in the numbers, but it's in the work. And I've seen myself improve as a creator, video creator. So that's where I'm at. I think for me, the next thing that I want to do more so in my videos is continue to push my candles. I want to add some affiliate links too. I think I want to try. But most important, I'm just trying to get monetized, man. I think one, I want to hit that 500 subscriber goal. I think that's my next goal, 500 subscribers. And then after that, obviously 1,000 with the 4,000 watch hours. So I get monetized. I think once I get monetized, it doesn't mean that I made it. But to me, I think at that point in time, it's like, okay, we've gotten to this point. So now once we get to this point, like everything else is just like, it's just a numbers game, and it's just playing a numbers game after that. So that is my biggest goals, I think. Did I miss anything else? Maybe try more shorts as well. Do something different with shorts. Yeah. But this is it. Still struggling. Still here. Still going. Till next time, hope this video helps. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.